G'day guys, Jesse here from King Domes. You join me here off the Hawkesbury River here in the beautiful New South Wales region. I can't remember the suburb because we are in the middle of absolutely nowhere, but we are off the Hawkesbury quite literally. This site, very exciting. It is our first site where it is boat access only. So it was a huge debacle to try and get everything up here. We are also quite elevated from this site as well. The poor labourers that we had in question, the chippies and everyone involved in this, took a lot longer than we thought. We had already accounted for the fact that it was going to take longer. But anyway, this is the present moment. I'm standing here in front of our 6-metre King Dome build, as you can see behind me. This one here with the sliding glass door options, it seems to be quite a popular option now for us as well, because it's such a premium product. Looks great, very convenient, adds that airflow. You got the sliding glass doors as well as the fly screens behind it as well, just allow that airflow. And it is also a double glazed glass, so a 5mm panel, just under a 1mm thick air cavity in between it, followed by another 5mm panel. Coupling that with the our new color as well. This is I think our third or fourth with this eucalyptus green color. As you can see, it blends in extremely well with the surroundings behind it, with the young gum trees that are around this as well. So that's very exciting, really blends in, keeps it very low key, especially for people flying over, or if you have neighbors who don't want to see some of our other colors which are very bright. For example, our white very much stands out like dog balls, those ones. So this one blends in very well. The other features on this, which do come as standard, as you can see behind me, you've got the porthole windows. There are 3 of them as standard. You can add more if you want to, but as standard, does come with 3 porthole windows. Also has a solar extraction fan, which you can see behind me as well. So that one just helps to extract the air inside, remove it out through the roof. As you know, heat rises through, and it will force its way through that roof there as well. Client as well does have the standard insulation offering in there as well. That's our off-white color. It does seem to be our most popular color option, as well as the light grey curtains in there as well, giving that nice blackout quality. Those ones aren't our curtains as such. They are our client's curtains. They decided to pick their own, which is understandable. I don't blame them for that one. So we just gave them the measurements and they figured out their own one there. But this project as well, as I mentioned earlier, it was boat access only, so we had to get a barge to bring the platform in, the cinder blocks it sits on. Client wanted this to be less permanent, so to speak, when it comes to council, because it is classified legally in New South Wales as a movable dwelling, temporary structure and a tent. So they wanted that basis to try and go around council, which I don't blame them. You own your property. This is a large property, this one. You should be able to do what you want with it, but each to their own. And obviously there should be limitations to that, which I keep telling myself I need to do a video on this, but I keep delaying it because, well, the legalities and all the bits and bobs, that's not the point of this video. This is the point of the video. So this one here, it's such a gorgeous vibe. I love what the client is going for with this dome and the offering. So more so the experience that she's giving with this once it launches, which we will keep you posted as the build progresses. But from King Dome's perspective, this is it for us. Client will move her furniture in. She will test whether she wants to build an internal wall inside as well. But the general concept of this experience, it is a B&B, it is going to be a glamping experience. What I think is more true, authentic glamping accommodation, which I absolutely love. You know, we have plenty of clients that go for the premium luxury eco resort style. Nothing wrong with that. That definitely hits a certain demographic. But this one here is very much for people who want to get back simplified, back to nature. You know, there's no electricity on site. There might be some standard 12-volt or battery powered fairy lights inside, but it's going to be very minimalist, and I love that concept. And as I mentioned, I will keep you guys posted as it goes along. We probably will do a joint marketing campaign when the time comes as well. But as I mentioned, this site is very elevated from the shoreline there, so it was quite a debacle getting everything up here. But part of that experience is, you know, landing here, whether you're getting brought from the client via her boat, or you have your own boat, or you have a kayak that you can launch nearby. We're not overly far from the Hawkesbury Bridge, and people who are local to the area would know that there is a lovely boat ramp just there as well, which you can launch yourself off. There isn't currently a jetty for this property, but the client is going through the council process to get that jetty. So I'm sure by the time this is launched, that jetty will be available solely for the people who decide to stay here for the weekend. We are so close to Sydney, and yet we're in the middle of nowhere, and I love that. And I love from that the fact that the client is going for that true authentic glamping experience. Such a lovely idea, and I do wish her well for that. Like I said, we're happy to push those cross promotions, because you know, most of our clients, as I mentioned, love to go for the eco resort style, you know, very fancy flushing toilets, you know, proper, you know, it's not going to say there's not a nice bed in there. There is going to be a nice bed in there, but yeah, proper amenities and all those sort of bits and bobs, whereas this is very simplistic. But other than that, there's not really too much to talk about. We have gone for an upgraded platform base. Our standard base is steel. We typically do steel regardless across the board anyway, simply because, you know, timber rots and you have instances of termites, you know, white ants basically. So trying to remove that problem, we go with a Gao subframe. This one here, instead of sitting in concrete on posts, it is sitting on cinder blocks to keep it a bit more mobile, so to speak. It is not tethered to the ground, it is simply sitting on the ground. We've made sure that it is not going to move, however, because we are on quite a steep hill. But the standard option for our platforms, our base is usually a red tongue particle board. One of our previous builds, they upgraded that to a blue tongue particle board. This one here has actually been upgraded again to what's called a magnesium oxide board, which is basically an everything proof solution. So it's fire rated, it's pretty much fireproof. I don't think it's even pretty much, I think it is quite literally fireproof. So if a fire goes through here, dome of course is not going to withstand that, but at least the frame will, and there's a bit of you know, safety protection as well as a good thermal barrier, because this area does get quite cold in winter, especially in the early mornings with the draft coming up the hill. But other than that, you know, I can't wait to show you guys the finished result. I can't wait to personally see the finished result, but all in good time. We're just showing you the build at this stage. But other than that, this is Jesse from King Domes showing you our 6-meter King Dome build here just off the Hawkesbury in New South Wales. Other than that, cheers, have a good one.